Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I want to show you guys how I made the salmon, asparagus, and yellow rice. It was quick and easy and it was so good. It's family approved. Your family would love this. So first I started off by rinsing my salmon off in cold water. I know everybody rinses or washes their meat differently, but this is what I do. I just rinse it off in cold water and I pat it dry with paper towel. Next, I put it in this glass dish. This would be my marinating dish. I used some teriyaki marinade and I also started to add some of my dry seasonings. I always like to put on my wet marinade first or any olive oil. I like to do that first before I add my dry seasoning. So next I added some Lori seasoning salt and I had Kinder's blend. I believe that was garlic, lemon, and butter. Next I added some Old Bay seasoning. And then I added some of my Cajun seasoning. Now you can add whatever you like to your salmon. You can make it as flavorful or as seasoned as you like or not. You can use the seasonings I recommend or you can use whatever you like. Remember, you have to eat it, so you have to season it according to your taste or your dietary restrictions. This is just what I use. Next, I use some paprika, and what I'm going to do is just give that all a good mix. I'm just going to let the seasoning and the teriyaki marinade just get all into the salmon and coat it well. So I really love my food to be extra flavorful. And this is just what I do to my salmon. And it comes out so delicious and so tasty. Now I'm going to air fry this salmon. So I've already added foil to my air fryer pan. I'm going to put that in the air fryer and I'm not going to turn it on just yet. I want to let it sit in here because I want to start on my yellow rice. So I use the Xanarin's brand yellow rice. And I am going to cook this yellow rice according to the directions on the back of the box. So it called for 2.5 cups of water. It also called for a tablespoon of butter. So I added that to my pot and it said to just put it all in there, including the pack of rice that comes with the box, and let that come to a boil. So I did just that, added that on in, and guys, this is a simple, quick, and easy weeknight meal. When I say you can have all of this done in under 30 minutes, the rice is the longest to make because this takes 25 minutes. So once you have your rice water mixture come to a boil, then you'll just put on low for 25 minutes. Next, I started up my air fryer. So I have it at 325 degrees for 15 minutes. And I checked on my rice. It's doing well. It's boiling. And now I'm going to set my timer for 25 minutes and I turned the heat to low. Next, I am going to cut my asparagus. So I already rinsed it and already dried it. So I like to cut off the stems because the stems are pretty tough and they are truly hard to chew and swallow. So it's best that you cut those stems off before you go ahead and saute your asparagus. This was really quick and easy. This is like my second time making asparagus. My husband usually makes the asparagus in the house for us, but I figured I'll try my hand at it and he said it came out really delicious. So next I'm going to turn my fire to medium and I'm going to add some olive oil to my pan and let that get nice and warm. And as it warms up and gets pretty bubbly, I'm going to go ahead and add some minced garlic. Now, be careful when you add your minced garlic because minced garlic cooks really quick with olive oil, so you don't want it to burn because that would not taste good at all. So just make sure you stir it around, keep your eye on it. After your garlic has been sauteed in the olive oil, you can go ahead and add your asparagus. It is time to get those nice and cooked and sauteed in that yummy garlic and olive oil. And of course, we're going to add some seasonings just to give it a little more extra flavor. So you see me just mixing my asparagus around, getting it coated in the olive oil and in the garlic mixture. You want your asparagus to be coated as much as possible in that olive oil and garlic mixture. Next, I want to check on my air fried salmon. It has been 15 minutes and it is done. It looked so good. Oh my goodness, it was like perfectly caramelized and everything. I set it back inside because, of course, I need to finish on my asparagus and I need to let my rice finish cooking. So I added my Sauteed seasoning. I also added some black pepper to my asparagus and some Lari seasoning salt. And I gave that a good mix once I added my Parmesan cheese. So I added some grated Parmesan cheese on there, and I wanted my asparagus to have like a garlic, cheesy taste to it, and it was just so good. And oh my goodness, when I say it was so tasty, I'm like, oh, this is the best way to make it. I'm not kidding you. It's going to come out amazing each time if you make it like this. It was so much flavor. And I know you can do asparagus in so many different ways, but this is a good and tasty way. Now, as I'm cooking, somebody had to make a special appearance and try to go into the drawers to take out a spoon. And I'm like, son, the dinner is not ready yet. It will be ready soon and you'll have your time to eat. Let mommy finish cooking. So back to my asparagus, I'm just letting them just saute in that olive oil, and I just keep stirring it around, just making sure that the garlic does not burn. You do not want burnt garlic in your asparagus. I'm telling you, that taste would be disgusting. So as the rice finished cooking, I decided to just put the salmon on for 3 more minutes at 325 because I want everything to be piping hot at the same time. My rice finished cooking and it was time to plate our food. So I am making me and my husband's plate. I am adding the yellow rice. I'm adding the salmon. And guys, this was just so tasty. And then I am plating the asparagus on top. I'm trying to make it look like we are at a 5-star restaurant as best as possible. So, and guys, this was only cooked in less than 30 minutes. I'm making my son's plate, so I'm just showing you guys a little of the rice, asparagus, and I shared my salmon with him because, of course, I had to let my little man enjoy the dinner, and this is my husband enjoying the food, and he likes it. He's giving the thumbs up. My son is trying to give it a thumbs up, too. This was just so good, y'all. I enjoyed it. My family enjoyed it. It was just such a great meal, and I am just so happy to say dinner was a success. I'll be back with another cooking video.